Okay, tubers, I've decided to go ahead and start working on putting the greenhouse up. And I think I'm going to stick it right over here. And I'm just going to kind of lay it out. I bought all the couplers so I can start piecing it back together. It's all this is going to go in there, and that's what's left of it. But I got to couple it all together and start staking it out, and I'll show you what I'm doing as I go along. Alright, if y'all saw the videos when I first built the first of the hoop houses, you remember these. This is my rebar that I bought and cut to 3 foot, 2.5 feet lengths, and that's what I use to hold the whole support system together, or actually to the ground. Space this out 12 feet, but I think I'm going to do something a little different, because I may go with 2 layers of Visqueen. I'm thinking I might put a layer of insulation between it, air insulation, that'll help heat it in this winter. So I'm going to try that. That's a 12-foot tape measure. I've got one stake right there, and then I've got another stake down there, but I'm going to move it in probably about 4 inches and see how that works. Anyway, that's where we are. I'm going to go ahead and space these out approximately 36 inches apart until I get to there. Okay, as you can see, I've put the spine, that's what I call the spine, the middle support structure together, and that's what I use to measure off where the wrought iron should go. I have not driven them all the way down. As you can see, this one here is crooked, but I measured it away from the house to keep each one of these straight, and then as I start to put the other side up over there, I'm just going to measure it from 7 feet 8 inches. I'm sorry, 11 feet 8 inches from one side to the other. It'll give me 4 inches difference between the outside layers. Should give me approximately 2 inches of airspace between each layer of Visqueen. If I choose to do that, I still haven't decided whether I'm going to do that or not, but I'm thinking about it. I think it might work. But anyway, that's where I am so far. I'm going to begin to put the ribs up after I run my rebar down that side. Okay, I've got the structure together, but I do have a few problems I got to fix. I've got a couple of the cross connectors that have cracked, or one of them even snapped, so I'm going to have to replace it. So this is where it'll stand until I get that done, and then I'll get back with you. Alright, I'm back, and this is what I'm doing. I am framing up the door, putting some support there. I actually took a post hole digger, and I don't know if you can see it, it's such a glare here. Let's see if I can see it better from this side. I dug down at each of the support posts for the frame. I dug down about, about a foot, maybe a little less, and braced it up with some T-posts. And I did the same to the support on that side. And now I'm putting my base board in, and this is not exactly the way I'd like to do it, but this is what I got. I may come back with a little deeper, maybe 1x6s to frame this up a little later, but I'm using these 2x4s right now to frame it in. So anyway, that's where I'm at. Got my support in the back. I dug that down as well. It's about a foot deep. That one is a foot deep, I believe. And I've also supported it on this side with a T-post. That thing's down about 1.5 feet deep. Anyway, that's where I'm at so far. Alright, I'm starting the plastic on the back. I've used some clips to clip it up here. And now I'm working the little screws. And believe it or not, for those who doubt, that little guy right there, I don't know if you can see it or not, that little screw will hold, because I'm draping the other part over the top, and it does a real good job. So anyway, I'll show you what this looks like when I'm done. Oh yeah, I've also I'm using duct tape up over the top of this to where I hold all this together. That works real good. That was an afterthought last time because the wood actually kind of rubbed the plastic in the wind, so it kind of cushions it. But anyway, that's where we are. Okay, Daniel and I just stretched the Visqueen over the top. I laid it out first and let it sit in the heat so that it would start to stretch out. Because before we tie it all down, we need to have it about as stretched out as it's going to get. So we don't. So it, when it cools, it'll tighten up, but it won't sag. But I wanted to show you. I took some wire like tent pegs, but these are actually for Christmas lights, and I anchored the baseboard down to the ground. They go down about, I don't know, 10 inches or so, and so that kind of ties that into the ground. But as you can see, I've left plenty of overhang in the back, so that I can kind of secure that with some rope, and I'll show you that in a little bit. And I did it in the front as well because I have to cover this one side. I've already secured that side over there with a piece that I had, but I'll bring this around and tie it all in. But anyway, that's where I am right now. What, Daniel? A what? Tomato hornworm? Yep. They're still out. I hate these little things. He's got to die. But anyway, that's where we are on the hoop house. I'm going to show you the end of our tomato hornworm. Alright, we'll be right back. Okay, I have the sheeting all up. Got it stretched out, gathered in the front. I pulled it all the way over the front, and I have attached it with staples to the wood frame, and got it all tied in down at the bottom with staples. And this is the wagon wheel that I was talking about. What I do is you take a rock, gather it inside, just kind of gather it inside the plastic, wrap some string around that, tie it tight. I use a slip knot, and then I put a real long screw into that wood post that I had in the back. I've got it all wrapped around there, and I've cinched it with a cinch tightening slip knot. Pull it tight, and it keeps it pretty tight. Anyway, I've got to put the door on, and it's hot. It must be 110 in here. I have got to get my thermometer and hang it up in here, but everything looks like it's pretty well tight. Anyway, I'm going to get my door back up and start putting this thing together on the inside. Excuse me. Okay, tubers. This is the last of the rebuilding the greenhouse series at our new home. There's still some things I got to do. I got to put the door handle on and a little latch, and I'm working on the inside. I got some things I got to put in there, but it's pretty much as done as I'm going to get it. I got to insulate it. I decided not to go with 2 layers because it was just going to be too much work, and I don't have enough time. But there you go. This is a look at it once again. You can see I've got some stuff in there. I need to move that away from the siding. Our pineapple plants are sitting outside. Those will eventually move inside. And I've put the tarp down. This over here, I'm going to make a raised bed on that side. Got a little workstation area there. But I've moved everything in. Our peppers. Got a couple peppers there, and got a couple on there actually. These are the jalapeno. Still lots of blooms. There's the grapevine. Watermelon plant here, and I think that's a cucumber. I thought it was cantaloupe. We'll find out. Anyway, it's got small blooms on it. It may be a cantaloupe. I'm gonna have all my tomato plants over here, and they're doing fine. I even got a red one on there, back in there. Lots of blooms. A couple little tomatoes still. This is a cherry tomato. Quite a few on there, and this one's very healthy. I got a couple little starters. I also have I have kale. I'm sorry. That's white moon kale, and that is a colored kale of some sort. Anyway, that's what we got. I am, for all practical purposes, done. I can still put my support bars up in here. When it snows, I have 3 T's, one right there. I got the post in that one. I got one down there to help support the top with heavy snow. Anyway, y'all, hope this was helpful. And if you have any questions, please rate and comment below. And I try to answer them all. But, anyway, now I can go play in the dirt, and I intend to do that. So y'all do the same. God bless.